Hello folks, I'm Philip B and welcome to another one of my Spotlight videos. These are games that I like to play offline, just little one-shot videos to show you some games that I play, especially like indie sort of games that are out there that I think are fun and worth other people's eyeballs being on, so they get a chance to see what it's like and maybe go and purchase it and try it themselves. If they're interested, if it's your cup of tea. So today's game is Lords and Villeins. This is sort of a base building game set in a medieval sort of period where you play a lordly family underneath a king. So you're not the ruler, but you are like a ruler of a little fiefdom underneath inside an empire. And you have to sort of build up your town and pay tithes to the kingdom and make your residents happy and so on and so forth. But we'll discuss all that when we play the game. So we start with our new game here. We call ourselves Beartopia, of course. Let's let our royalty be a queen this time. That means the person above us, not who we're playing. And I think we'll leave everything else here. We can go to the next category of options and we can pick what we want to do for a world. You can see this is the map we'll be on. These brown lines are roads. This is sort of a cleared area. These are lakes and mountains. Let's try rolling this a few times. That was not too bad. Don't really like that. Something with some water and some mountain in it. That's not too bad. Let's do this one. Everything else here I think will be fine. We'll go next. A bunch of stuff here that I'm not going to go through for the sake of the game. And then we go down to the finally thing. We got families that we can start with. So our first family is a couple with children and grandchildren. Our second family is a couple with children, and our third family is an adult couple. So you start with 3 families at the beginning of this game when you start up a thing. And you can pick the profession. Each family has a profession, just sort of like in medieval times, although not really super strict in that sense, but that families did sort of specialize in a particular function in a society. And they would pass that on to their children and grandchildren. So a cooper or a blacksmith or a farmer or whatnot might pass those things on and be very responsible for that in the whole village, and that is their thing. So this game sort of mimics a bit of that in this game. Again, it's not a really perfect translation from the reality of our world, but you know, for game purposes, each family has a profession, and there are a whole bunch of professions here: architecture, baking, mining, milling, tailoring, butchering, and so on. You get to start with 3. So we get to start with farming, which I think is a good one to start with. We'll do that. Foraging, which is a good one too. It collects food from forests as well as cutting down wood, which is very helpful. And the last one you have here is fishing, and this one I may not keep. I may decide to do something different instead. A really helpful one early on is the... I can find it here. The architecture one? I don't really see the one I'm looking for. Maybe we'll just keep it fishing. Let's just keep it easy. We'll start it off as is. Yeah, we'll just do that. So we'll start game. We'll get to set up our family. So I have myself here, Phil the Urs, or Filler B the bear, using a male body type. I don't want to be old age, I just want to be adult age. Apparently I can't unclick that, but that's fine. You can pick what they look like, I kind of look that. Maybe Gertrude here. I'll change Gertrude's name to, I don't know, let's try Gavin, I suppose. Thinking of a male name here that makes sense. We'll call him, I don't know, Prince. Male body type, blah, blah, blah. All this works. Cape. Something fun for them to wear. Sure. You can have a bit of hair as well, why not? Change their skin tone. Sure, why not? Let's go to a skin 8, I suppose. They are male with partner. We do have 2 children, and the children were already set up there. We can start the game. Not here to just watch the character generation, but you can get pretty detailed in what your character looks like and the kind of relationships you're in. And I like they can have relationships that are non-heterosexual if you don't want to go that way, because a lot of games don't have that. They just assume that sort of relationship, so it's nice to have that. So it says here, Phil, Lors, you have been chosen to join the ranks of my closest vassals and take care of the lands I've given you. It is of the highest importance that you fulfill these duties and serve me to bring wealth and prosperity to our kingdom, but by confirming you shall certify your oath of fealty. Best of luck on your journey. Sounds great. So here we are. We'll pause the game. You can see the map here. It's a nice little 8-bit kind of map. I think it's kind of cool graphics setup. See the stuff in the water. The graphics aren't super amazing, but I think they're neat. Certainly have a nice aesthetic. See over here, I think this is copper. Yeah, copper in the mountain. This is just mountain. Water here with fish in it. This is a road. Goes around the lake. And up to our little starting point here. This is the forest. In the forest, it looks like we have wolves in the forest, so that's not good. But we'll have to defend ourselves or something. More copper over here. Oh, this is gold. Ooh, fancy. And you can zoom out pretty far if you want to. You can come in pretty far. We start off with this center area, the campfire and stock shelves. And so this is sort of the center of town. And this is what we own as a lord. We own this area here. And this is where all the items are stored to begin with. There's lots of cool items here. And these are all our people, us, our family, which is somewhere here. There I am. Sitting around here with my... That's not my daughter. Servants here. Here's my husband. Anyhow, there's a bunch here. So what you want to do is you want to set up houses for all your peeps here. So we start off with building houses. You build some walls, and so you have lots of different kinds of walls you can have. And as the game progresses, this list will get a little longer. As this tech that's sort of unlocked as time goes on. And different walls have different requirements. So this is a hay wall made out of haystacks. It does block the path so people can't walk through it. It's an average appeal. I think that's what that star means, that people just think it's okay. It is breathable, so it's good for the summer when things are hot, but not so good in the winter when things are cold, and requires 3 straw to do. If we go up to the cob wall, which is made of a mixture of clay and wooden rods, it's average again, but it's resistance to wind, so this is better in the winter and on windy days, but it does require clay and wooden rods. Then the wattle wall, which is a wall that uses wooden rods and straw for support, is pretty, so people do like it. It's much better than the cob and hay wall for appeal, and it's resistant to weather. And this wooden wall is very resistant to weather. It's absorbing and is also pretty, but requires a lot of wood to build. So early on in the game, everything is probably going to be hay. So let's create some hay walls, and we'll create some houses for our people. So we got to think about the 3 professions we have. We have a fisher person, a fisher family, a farming family, and a forestry family. So I have a nice forest over here. And this looks like a nice farming zone over here. And then maybe the fisher will be over here. So let's build a fisher's hut. We'll build it somewhere like, I'll just build it one off the road. And we'll make a nice little like building. You don't want to build it too small because everything they need will be in the house. So we'll do that. And then we'll build the forester's hut right here. 9 by 9 there, and then we'll build the farmer's hut. I'll build it right next to the forester's hut. One more to the left, 9 by 9 there. Now, of course, you need things like doors, so we'll build a wooden door. The front of all these houses. And I find it helpful to have a secondary door if they're going to access that area. So I'm going to do that out there and that out there. And you'll see why in a minute. And that out here. And then you leave this like this. You'll also have to build roofs, which is on this thing. But we'll get to the roofs later. But first we'll just get that done, and floors as well. And they also need furniture in their houses. Close this off. Oh, and you have to assign a zone as well. Hold on, I forgot to do that. Zones. This is how you set up your town. You set up zones. So first the zone for households. So we'll set up a household here. We'll set up another household here. And a third household here. Those are 3 households. And then you assign these households to families. So this will be the... And you can see all the stuff that you can build in here on this list. Let's assign it to a family. Let's assign it to the farmers. Yep, the Burns, they're farmers. Sounds good. We'll do that. We'll sign that particular paper by putting our seal on it. And then on this one, we'll assign this to the foresters. The Brook family. Looks good. And our last one, we'll assign this one to the fishing family. Perfect. Of course, the game has all these nice little dingles and stuff. This seems to be one shorter than I thought it would be. Let's, I guess I'll leave it for now. It's fine. Let's put some stuff in the house that they need. So you can click on here and build stuff straight from the list. So that sounds okay. I want a straw bed because I'm cheap. And I'll just build it over here instead. We'll go like this, straw bed. There's 7 people in this family, so you'll need at least 7 beds. Can do double beds, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. And then you can rotate it this way. That's the top there. Like this. 4, 5, 6. Oh. 7, there we go. This middle one, that's not what I want. I don't want this. I want this. Cancel that. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. We need 6 for this one, so we'll do a straw double. Stick it here in the corner. Oops, I have it backwards. And then that's one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I need one more. 6. And then this family has 2 people in it. So there's 6 people in this family, 7 in that one, 2 in this one. So this one only needs a double bed. Perfect. Excellent. So they'll have all that in their house. They'll be able to sleep and sit there. But they'll also need some other things in the house as well. We click on here, we can see stuff that they want nearby. Well, they'll want a wooden block and a cooking table and all this other stuff to start. Let's start with just some very simple stuff. We'll get them a chest in each. We'll build a chest here. And here. And here. That'll give them a place to store some stuff. Let's just start with that for now. Close this off, we'll unpause, and then people will work. There they go, heading to their houses. They like what they're doing. They're building their houses. And we also have to assign the areas for them to work in. So let's go to zones. So we'll assign ourselves a go to the peasants tab. Farmland here. So we'll build it off the back of this house. Let's build a nice plot of farmland like that. Perfect. And then you assign this to a family. So that'll be the Burns family. There you go. Now you have some farmland to work. And then we want to assign this is the foragers thing, the royal forest. So we'll do that here. I'll sign this out a little bit like this. Looks good to me. We'll assign you to the Brook family. Perfect. They'll have some forestry to work on. And lastly, we'll assign some fishing to this family. And there you go. Fishy people. Now, the families don't have a ton of stuff. They need more stuff. So let's build them some stuff. Or give them some stuff. So how we do that is we open the warehouse tab. Yeah, and then you go to donate. To the Burren family, let's give them some straw. We have lots of straw, so let's give them 200 straw. Grant. And we'll grant them a little bit of wood, so let's give them 20 wood. Grant. And we'll see how they do from there. We'll do the Brook family, similar thing. We'll grant them 200 straw. Grant. And we'll give them 20 wood. Grant. And you can see what they have right here. They only had 14 straw, so this will be better. They'll come collect it, and they'll have a bunch more to do. They'll also buy stuff from us, which is an important part of this game. Lastly, let's do the same thing for our Fisher family. 200 straw. Perfect. We'll give you some wood. Not 200, just 20. Perfect. And they also want to give them a little bit of yarn. So we'll give them 20 yarn. And some wooden rods. Do I have any wooden rods? It's a great question. It looks like I do not at the moment. That's okay. We'll get some soon. So you can see after I've given them this stuff, they're starting to build their houses up. So in these zones, we need some stuff to build. So if we go back to zone time, we need farming soil. So let's do that. We'll build a bunch of farm soil out here. Let's do it like this far. Perfect. I'm going to create that soil. A flailing spot might be a good idea. So let's build one of those right there. That's when you turn grains into like stuff you can use. You get all the chaff off, the stuff on the outside of the plant, so you can actually use it. Now we can have a churner, but we don't have any cows, so there's no reason for do that. We don't have any chickens, so we don't for a chicken bed. No point for a feeder. Everything else seems fine, but most people want a storefront, so let's get that done as well. And we can rotate this so that the storefront is like this. So they have a place to sell their wares, because they do sell with each other. We'll go over here as well. We'll also pick stuff here. We'll do a sawhorse. Do that, so they have a place to saw. Tree, and they'll need a storefront as well, so let's do that there. So most of these people have gotten all their walls up. Just a little bit is not gotten up now. As you can see, they're working away here, and they're working away here, building up the farm. So this one, the fishers, they need stuff as well. They need fishing rods. So rods need wooden rods and yarn. You can see why I gave them yarn. We'll build them here. We'll rotate it so that they're in the water. We'll do 3. And then they also want nets, which is just yarn. And I'll do that there and there. They can fish with that. Now they'll also need barrels to store fish in. So let's do a couple of barrels there. And these guys, I think, will also need things to store stuff in. Yeah. We'll get a couple of barrels. So we'll do 2 barrels there. We'll also do ground storage right here. Ground storage is a little different because you can make a square out of it. I think that'll cover them now. I don't think we need the shelves, the knackery, or the silo at the moment. And over here, they'll need some storage as well. So they need a little ground storage. Let's build some right here. And maybe a barrel as well. Let's stick that, 2 of them there. That gives us some place to store stuff. What do these beds need? take a look at the bed. What does it need again? It needs planks. Okay. So I have to give some planks to the people here. So let's do that as well. So we'll go to warehouse, donate. Planks, I do have a bunch of planks, so let's donate, let's say 30, let's say 50. 50 to the 3 families. So 1 to you. You have planks? You do not. So let's donate 50 to you. Checking the foresters because they're the ones who make the planks. And 50 to you. And then I would like to buy and off of these people, trade off of them. I will trade away A, I think. I'd like to buy, let's say 30. Please. From the local people. So they're starting to build their beds up, which is good. Now most of them don't have beds, so they're sleeping on the ground, but we can deal with that later. Now my family has nowhere to sleep as well. I should probably build them a little abode somewhere. They're going to need a decent amount of space, so maybe I'll build it over here. Let's go with that. So we'll go to zones again. We'll go to the essentials here. I think that's us. Yeah. We want the manor. So what's the villa? Yeah, this is my personal household. We'll do this. We'll make the manor about that big. And then we need a barracks for our guards. So we'll do that. We'll build it up this way. And we need a cottage for our servants. Build it up this way as well. And I think that covers pretty much everything there. We will need a kitchen at some point. I'll probably build that now if I do this. A little kitchen. I'm going to extend my manor. Oh, that's 2 manors. I don't want to do that. Can I eliminate you? Oh, I made a mistake. How do I get rid of this? Erase zone. There we go. Yes. Need to expand you if I can. Edit zone. You can be that big. There we go. And let's get these walls built here. So we'll do our hay walls as well. Like this, but I'll build it out so it's like that, I think. And then you here, 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 and then you like this. Muddle that through there. That's good. Let's get some doors. So we'll build the door here, a door for our barracks, a door for this, and a door for that. Looks good. And then we need some furniture, of course. So there are 4 members of my family. I have 2 kids, so we'll go 1, 2 for the kids, and then 1 for us. Go right there. And I think I have 2 soldiers, if I remember correctly, so we'll do that. And I think I have 2 servants, so we'll do this and this. I think this is a little too small, but we'll just deal with it as it is. We'll let them build that up. We also need a well somewhere, so let's get that built. I can't remember where it is. There it is. Let's build a nice well right here. People to use. And then people need cauldrons in their house and cooking stations and stuff to be able to build things. But I'll wait for them to build their houses up a little bit here. Now I do want to adjust what they're building here. Just priorities, yeah. Build a bit more apples. A lot of soil. Here we go. I want oats. 2 oats. Some cabbage. Some potato. Some carrot. Then I guess we'll do pumpkin and corn. Why not? The reason I want oats is that it produces hay and straw. You guys are mostly done. You building your store? Is that what's going on here? You are. So your store is done. You can sell wood now. Help each other out. Let's pick up the speed a little here. Go to level 3. The people building away. Your manor is slowly coming along here. They're clearing out the land. Doing the best they can. This guy is fishing. As you can see, we got fishing rods going. And the nets are going, so they're fishing away, catching fish, which will help us sell stuff. They also need a storefront, which I forgot. We'll build that over here, I think. I can't remember which way it is. I think it's this way. Oh, regardless, for this playthrough, I'll just set it up as is. There we go. They can have a little storefront going. They got their door on their place. That's good. They've got their doors up. Excellent. So everybody's got a nice enclosed space. Now, reminder, none of these places have roofs yet. But you don't want to rush things early game because you'll end up running out of resources very quick. So I want to make sure that this starts getting done, which it is, which is perfect. Forester seems to be happily foresting away, which is lovely. And I am doing well over here. Are any of these walls getting built? Doesn't really look like it yet. How much wood do I have? Log, 71. If I wanted to change these walls to be roofs. Just wood walls. Yeah, why don't I do that instead? I'll do this. This. And this. No, that's incorrect. I'll put this at 1 more, actually, now that I think about it. We'll do this. Let's cancel some stuff here. I need to get rid of this. There they go. we go. That fixes that up a bit. And then if I go to the sales thing, I can buy wood off my people. So we can go to the trade screen. Nobody is selling at the moment. Oh, I need a little marketplace. Let's get that set up. So we need the marketplace, so we'll do that. Just do it right here. Won't be big. Actually, let's do it over here. Perfect. We'll just build a couple of storefronts here. Three storefronts is perfect. If we will want an inn at some point, because the inn is the only way you can get new families to come. They come and stay at the inn from outside. And then once they're here, they decide if they like the place or not, and will live here. If they choose to, they'll ask to live here, and that's how you get different professions. We'll go up to speed 3 for just a little bit more before we end the video. In fact, I'll come back in a minute once some stuff is built, and then you can see a little bit further on what it looks like, and then we'll wrap up the video. See you then. Alright, so here's a bit of a village. I let some time pass. We built it up a bit. Expanded the farmland, expanded the forest. Got a new villagers set here. They're brewers by trade, but we have them doing the inn, so people can come here and eat and drink and be merry, which is awesome. Built a little marketplace here, and of course our manor has been mostly built up. I was still waiting for the roof in the main section, but we got roofs on the other section. If I go to the roof section, you can see it, I think. If I do this, there you go. Now you can see the roofs are coming up there. It was pretty neat. So this game is fun. It's a fun little like family builder, town builder kind of thing with tithe and stuff like that and workplace stuff. So I kind of recommend it. So if this looks good for you, check it out in the Steam store. I'm sure it's out there or wherever else you get your games. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you the next time when I do another spotlight. See you then.